On this episode of RF Response.
What do you do when she's checking you out? Has that ever happened to you?
And also, I want to try something a little different today as well. I will do brief comedic responses to this video in particular, but in the second part of the video, I will give my more deeper view to this point. A sort of combination of two video styles, a mashup if you will. But let's begin.
Hey, what's up? I'm Andrew. In this video, I'm going to answer a really common question that I get all the time. What do you do when a pretty girl looks at you and doesn't break eye contact?
Ask her what she's looking at. What you looking at, love?
What do you do when she's checking you out?
Run for your life.
Has that ever happened to you? Let's say you're out at a bar or at a cafe sitting down or even walking through the park, and you notice a girl looking at you, and when you look at her, she doesn't look away. She's making eye contact with you.
She could be blind. You never know.
And you might think to yourself, is she looking at me?
She looking at me?
Is she looking at me? Is she looking at me? Is this bitch looking at me?
Is this an opportunity to approach? Should I say something? Do I have anything good to say? I don't even know what I should do. I don't want to sound like a weirdo or a creep who's trying to hit on her or pick her up.
But what if you are a weirdo and a creep trying to hit on her, and you say to her, hey love, I'm somewhat of a weirdo and a creep, and I'm somewhat hitting on you. What do you say? You up for a quick
But I also don't want to sound lame or corny or weak or boring.
I'm not saying anything. Let's carry on.
What do I say? I should probably think of something really good to say before I go over there and risk making myself look stupid.
They're building a new Hadron Collider. Yeah, is that something interesting enough? Or Anthem's coming out. Might be shit. Is that something interesting enough? Would she be interested? Let's carry on.
And now, before you know it, you've talked yourself out of it, you've thought for too long, and you've missed your window of opportunity because she's walking away. Dude, we cannot let that happen to you any longer. So the next time that happens and you catch a girl staring at you, here's what you do.
Run for your lives.
First, do something that forces her to respond to you. So,
take your dick out.
Wave at her, stick out your tongue.
Yeah, you could stick your tongue out. That may be, somewhat less offensive. Let's carry on.
Give her the good old head nod.
Oh, he's so sexy.
Maybe even just mouth the word hello or hi.
Yes, sir.
Do something that gets her to react to you so that you know that she's looking at you and not over your shoulder at someone else.
She could be looking at another guy behind you, or nowadays she could be looking at another chick behind you, so yeah. Or an amalgamation of both, some type of mashup. That's wrong, no offense caused.
Did you just assume my gender? Huh?
Or distracted or daydreaming, you know for sure that she's looking at you and it's okay to go say hello. Then, when she reacts to you, you have a green light and you can go over and say anything you want.
Vagina boob.
You can introduce yourself, you can say hello, you can say,
is she looking at me? Is she looking at me?
Hey, I just saw you from over here and I wanted to say hi. You can even say something super silly and playful like, hey, I noticed you checking me out, and I was worried that if I didn't come over and say hi, you might follow me home later.
Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha.
I'm just kidding. Hi, my name's Andrew. Boom. Now you're flirting with her, you're making her laugh, which is always the best way to start a conversation.
Okay, thank you, Andrew Ryan. Link in the description below. Now, in thinking of your approach, there is nothing wrong with thinking of taking time in your approach. Because yes, one may see her and yes, she may be very attractive. She may be stunning. But what comes along with that beauty? You see, that should also be taken into account. What comes along with the beauty? What baggage comes along with her? No, you cannot see the baggage surrounding her ankles, laying clumsily and messily around her feet. No. Because you are too blinded already by your attraction to her, and your hopes of her attraction to you. You see, the approach is one thing, but the caution is another thing as well. To look beyond just the blind desire. Will she be a problem or a benefit? Will she be something beneficial or problematic? You see, it's very easy for one to fall head over heels, for one to chase and plunge so blindly and deeply. And that all starts with one step. That step you make towards her, from she has given you that look. That come hither look, or that come talk to me look, or that she may be interested look, whatever. The first step you make towards her, is that a step to something better? Many have found it a step to something worse, and some say life is for living. Then the risks and chances you take are yours, indeed. But there is nothing wrong with being cautious. There is nothing wrong with taking a step back to think. How much of what I am seeing in her is real? How much of this is actually her? Am I already looking at a lie? There are many tips and tricks and steps to getting a woman. But how many steps are there to thinking about what you are doing before you are chasing blindly and lustfully? What steps are there to remind us to be cautious? Because there is nothing wrong with being cautious. Prevention is better than cure. But then again, some may say, but what am I missing? Look at her, she's so amazing. What am I missing? Nothing wrong with that thought. But also have the thought of, what could I be losing? What could I be losing? Many of us want to win in this game called life. Many of us know and understand we have to be cautious with our moves. Many of us understand that these modern day and times you have to be especially cautious with your moves. Each step could be a step in the wrong direction. We learn from our mistakes. At the same time, lustful ignorance is bliss. There are many prisons in this world. The main one is the one you put yourself in. Life is for living, but many steps can lead to a death sentence. One you did not see coming. Be cautious. There is nothing wrong with that. Slip and slide if you will. The world is a big place. There is more to it than just that. Thank you for listening. And never forget, there are many steps to doing this and doing that. But ask yourself this question. How many others could walk one step, let alone a mile, in your shoes? Because there is only one you. The you allow yourself to be. Thus always remember and never forget. The world is yours. Have a nice day. Hello. So I'm currently recording some more videos or editing some more videos. But there are some next to my head right here for you to watch in the meantime.